A very good morning, traders. Welcome to this video on the euro dollar and pound dollar. My name is Chris Forsick from Elite Currency. And as always, we start with the euro dollar. Boy, oh boy, what a fall, what a decline. Exactly as we expected that this wave 3 could emerge last week, and it did. So forecast, I think, 100% in this case, and I hope that you were able to use it to catch some nice profits. But boy, oh boy, what a move, what a decline. A lot of pips there to be caught, and that's what waves 3 are good for. If the price really moves fast, it can really go quickly here. 260 pips here from the breakout towards the low. So that's a huge move for the euro dollar, and it is confirming that wave 3. Why? As we discussed, this is probably a wave 1. There was a 5-wave pattern followed by an ABC, followed by ABC, and then a 5-wave. So we were discussing that this is a wave 1, 2, and that this could be a wave 3 in motion, specifically and especially if it breaks through this fib target. And it did break through that, and it basically continued all the way to the minus 61.8 target, minus 161.8, and minus 200 target, as you can see, even going to the minus 200 target. So that is certainly looking like a wave 3, wave 1, 2, 3. Now this red wave 3 might not be finished, so a little bit of a joy moment about what happened last week. Small celebration, but now we need to move on. What is the next step? I don't think that this red wave 3 is finished, to be honest. Let's take a look. Let's remove this. And let's zoom into the 1 hour chart to get a better picture of that. So here, that's where the wave C ended in the wave 2. So after that was, I think, a wave 1, 2, and then we had another wave 1, 2 on a lower degree, and then a 3, 4. And now we're in that 5 of the wave 3, 1, 2, wave 5 of the wave 3. But is that finished? Maybe not yet, because as you can see here, there was also maybe a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. So for the moment, I'll put the fib from here to here. I do think, though, that the retracement for wave 4 is likely. So I don't think the wave 3 is finished. I think there'll be more. That said, price has moved down so much that some type of smaller retracement for wave 4 is becoming likely. You can see that price has already made the bounce. I'm too late for that particular analysis in this video, but I would have said the same thing a few hours ago, because at this moment, with the divergence pattern visible between the bottoms, price reaching with 7 or going a little bit below it even, it just seems a little bit overextended, and I think now a retracement is likely towards probably the 38.2 fib, but it could also be the 23.6 or the 50 fib. So break above the 20 EMA may here. The angle is already shifting from down to up. So I think that there could be some kind of correction here towards the 38 at 119.50, and that could be the moment where price still continues with this downtrend and heads towards the just for a lower low, maybe at 118.25, 118 or 117.75 for the moment. Now, if the retracement is bigger, then it could also be that this wave 3 is finished and we're getting a retracement of a bigger wave 4. In that case, this wave 5 of 3 is finished, and this could be a wave 1, 2, 3, 4. So it might retrace a little bit deeper. Any of the two fibs basically means whether it's here like this or up in here. In both cases, really, the levels are around 119.20 up to 120.20. Yeah. So anywhere in there, I would expect. Let's put the wider fib on for the moment. I would expect basically the wave 4 to complete. So for the moment, let's use this one. I think 119.80 probably the level where price will continue for one more lower low. Let's take a look at the bigger picture here. So that would mean a wave 1, 2, wave 1, 2, and with the bounce here to 38 and the lower low, we would finish the wave 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we'll go up for 4 and wave 5. So basically, like this. All right, so we have at least a blue 4 and a red 4 remaining. So I expect 2 more lower lows, if not 3 more lower lows. It depends if this particular price swing is finished for blue 3 or whether we get an extension of blue 3. That I'm not 100% sure about. But even if blue 3 is finished, we're going to get a blue 4 and a blue 5, which finishes red 3. And then we're going to get a red 4 and red 5. So 2 more lower lows, if not 3 more lower lows is possible. But after the retracement, I do think that some shallow pullbacks twice for wave 4, where price goes to the 23, 38, or 50 fib, probably 38.2 fib typically, is likely. And then we'll get a bounce and a break for a lower low, retracement, and again, a break for a lower low. Now, all of that, this red 5 basically, is part of, in my view, a bigger ABC pattern. We talked about that as well. ABC for A, ABC for B. And we called the reversal up in here already. And the fact that price was probably going to make a bearish swing. And that has happened indeed. And we're getting probably this red wave C. So we'll probably get a retracement, a lower low, a retracement, and a lower low, ending anywhere around the WIS 7 or WIS 8 probably, anywhere between 116.30 and maybe 117.50, plus minus. That's where I would expect price to make a bounce and to complete the wave C, the bearish wave C, and to make a bullish reversal and bullish move up again. Because if it is a red ABC, then it could turn bullish again. Now, if price keeps falling and there's no bullish reversal, but it keeps falling, it could also be a 1, 2, 3. Don't get me wrong. That's possible too. But of course, I'm leaning towards an ABC at this moment. But if it is a 1, 2, 3, then it will keep falling, sideways, falling, sideways, falling. And of course, if it does that, then obviously the bears have a better chance of pushing it lower. That's something we got to keep in mind too. But then in that case, the bear flag patterns are very important. Whereas if we see a fall and a close and reverse daily candlestick pattern, in that case, a bullish bounce starts to seem more likely. So daily chart and daily candlestick patterns are very important from that point of view. All right, so weekly candle, of course, very strong. This is one of the largest bearish candles we've had in a long while, all the way since the beginning of last year, I think. Nothing close to it. So obviously heavily bearish, and therefore continuation lower, very likely to break last week's low and continue after some small retracement of last week's weekly candle that was, of course, very, very clearly bearish. So, and also the monthly chart looking bearish. So obviously, if we get some good momentum here, I'm not saying it couldn't go further, by the way. With the break below the 20-day low, it's possible. We'll have to see how price responds in the support zone. If it breaks through that, of course, then more downside is possible. So that's going to be a key decision zone here around 117.50 and 116.30. But for the moment, I'm leaning towards an ABC or an ABCDE and an up. But time will tell if that is true. For the moment, it didn't really matter. With this breakout, we expected a wave 3, whether it was a larger ABC or a 1, 2, 3 on the higher time frame. It didn't matter here. We expected that breakout and a wave 3 with impulse. Now it really doesn't matter either. We expect a pullback in the lower low, a pullback in the lower low in both cases. That's the most important. So if you like my analysis, if you like how I look at the charts, then check out the SWAT ebook just for €24.95. Or of course, become a SWAT member. And you get the ebook and all the videos, templates, PDFs, strategies included. Now for the pound USD, same thing, double top, and we're expecting a breakout eventually, and that's what happened here with the close, daily candle close below the 20-day low and the trend line here. This triggered the breakout, and that we got to follow through to the 143 MA after that. So that happened eventually. It was a little bit choppy though here, and we were looking for a potential move back into that channel resistance, although that never happened. Here we missed it. Then we had, instead of a retest of the trend line, we had a break and a pullback and a retest of the previous tops and a bounce there. And in fact, we had a break pullback continuation. Here confirmed with the 4-hour and daily candle, here with a bit of a wick and a follow through. So that too looks like a wave 3, and that too I'm expecting a pullback, a shallow pullback, and a continuation lower, 38.2 fib, 23.50 fib are the typical ones, probably 38, and a continuation lower for a lower low towards the minus 272 target for the moment at 137, maybe the 161.8 target at 135.78, something like this. As well could happen with the pound, just like with the euro dollar. Test of the shallow fibs, lower low, pullback, shallow pullback, lower low, and then maybe a bigger bounce if we get that daily candle to confirm it. All right, so bearishness at this moment after the pullback. I am looking for shallow fibs, 2 more lower lows at the minimum, and then maybe a bounce up. That's the same story here at the moment for the pound dollar as well. Finally showing momentum after a very lengthy kind of choppy, rangy situation here. That was quite ugly, but ultimately the break was quite smooth, and the break showed a nice break pullback and continuation pattern. And that particular pattern was quite smooth and nice, and the breakout was quite impulsive and good to trade, despite the fact that this was counter trend. So pound dollar becoming a little bit more interesting again for the moment, but very similar to the euro dollar on the other hand. So these two pairs are quite similar in their outlook. All right, so I hope that makes sense. And yeah, interesting situations on both the euro dollar, pound dollar. Let's see if we get this shallow pullback, and if we get the bounce at the 38, and if we get a lower low. But at the moment, this seems the most likely. In any case, very happy with the breakout and continuation for the wave 3 as expected. And you can see how if you can catch a wave 3, how nice it is to catch a bigger win at sometimes at occasions to boost that R2R, reward to risk, with some bigger profits at times when it's possible, of course. So yeah, I hope that this helps, and hope that you become a SWAT member or check out the SWAT ebook. And wish everyone great trading, and we'll be back this week with live webinars, of course, and a new euro dollar update on Wednesday. Cheers. Bye-bye.